T-Rex. He is a personal coach. He is someone who does not define himself conventionally as necessarily a life coach, but he helps people, especially with their confidence. We're going to be talking for a little bit today. Here we are. You want to know what I specifically more in details about me and what I do. So I help men with women who maybe they haven't dated a woman for a while, maybe they've gone through a divorce, maybe they want more game. And what I say is there's 3 areas if you're a guy and you want to get good with women. There is the area of how you speak, how you convey yourself, your body language, your audio, your voice, your tonality, the volume of your voice. How much energy do you have? Or are you in a low-intensity environment like a grocery store? You're not going to be that loud. If you're in a bar, you're going to be louder. So that's the one area. The other area is how you present yourself with your looks. Do you dress the part? Do you look good? Do you exercise? I exercise every single day. That's another part of it. Are you fit? Do you look well-groomed? Do you shave? I shave my neck. See, I mean, that's one thing that I shave. I shave this part, too. I try to look as good as I can in every area. That's what I try to do. And then I try to teach that as well. One thing that you have that you got going for you, which looks really cool, is tattoos. Tattoos in today's society are a good thing in general. And it shows edginess, and it shows almost rebelliousness, too. And most women find that attractive, whether they realize it or not. A lot of studies show that they find that attractive. So that's part of looks. And your hat also gives it a nice touch, too. The beard. And then the other area is status, or you could call it like fame, or you could call it something like maybe if you're in a social circle and you're the leader there, everybody knows you, that's the other area. So all areas connect generally to some degree. If you're super mega famous and everybody knows who you are. So I was saying A-list celebrities for a while, but I had a mini conversation with ChatGPT, which IQ is probably surpassing 140 right now, especially with DeepSeek. Who knows what the IQ relevance of that stuff is? That's so powerful. So it really, and I remember I studied this when I was, I think in college briefly, but yeah, there's micro influencers, then there's macro, and then there's above the macro, and then there's basically the mega. It just it can go, and it's only a few categories what they have it now, but that's what there is. And I like interviewing all kinds of people, but I'm also interested in interviewing. I can interview all kinds of people, but I also want to go and talk to people who have a big influence as well. So I'm definitely open to that too. So I've had a few macro influencers on who have 100,000 followers, 200,000 followers, 300,000 followers. I spoke with probably the most famous person I spoke with so far was Michael Sartain. That was like last year. We spoke for about 30 minutes. He is a promoter in Las Vegas. He has pretty significant following. He's connected to people like Dan Bilzerian and a few other people that are pretty well known. I think he's spoken with Ty Lopez a few times. He's done a few podcasts with him. So as time goes on, I'll continue to connect and just keep reaching out to more people, networking with more people, and helping other people who I'm talking with. So as a coach and doing what you do, I like the origin questions a lot. So we could start there. What got you into helping people with their confidence as a personal coach, and what you do, helping people succeed and figure out truly what they are here to do and to get them out of ruts?
Well, I started out my career in the Air Force. I'm retired, Air Force intelligence. Retired a few years back. And, ever since I've been out, I've been trying to figure out my life, right? What do I want to do with my life? Because, the military is very structured, and they kind of tell you what to do, where to go, how to be. When you get out, it's a different life, and it's more like you got to figure it out now. If you hadn't figured it out before you got in, now you have to figure it out. So I did that. I had my, my ups and downs, and I've been, exploring, different things. I tried being a mechanic. I was a Harley Davidson mechanic for a few years until COVID happened. That forced me back inside to finish my degree. And now I'm getting into coaching, helping people. I figured that a lot of people that I've met throughout my life have something missing. They've missed that power, that energy. They lack confidence, they lack self-esteem. And they've always just kind of asked, how is it, like, how can I gain that back? Or how can I become better? And really, we all have the answers inside of us. And that's what coaches mainly do, is we help draw those answers out through you. Like, we don't have the answers. Coaches are not here to provide you the answers. We're here to help you explore and to self-discover yourself, which leads me to starting my own show, which is called Finding You. A lot of people say, dude, you got to go and find yourself, man. Or, maybe you should just go out and just be yourself. And everybody is like, yeah, that sounds cool. But what does that mean to be yourself? What does that mean to find yourself? What does that even fucking mean? What does that mean? Well, I mapped it all out. I put it all together, and I have a season called Finding You, because my whole mindset is about mastering yourself. And so my podcast is about mastering yourself. But this season, we got to dig deep, because before we master ourselves, we got to find out who we are. So I'm going to be going into different segments talking about, things that we should know about ourselves that we don't always know, because we have influences, right, in our lives. And I think this is where a lot of people, they get that confidence, they get that power depleted from them, because they've been too busy influenced by everything that they don't realize they've got that fucking power inside of them. And we just need to draw that out. And how do we draw that out? You just got to explore. Self-exploration of yourself, man. Figuring out who you are, your values, your beliefs, right? Those emotions. Why do you feel this way? Why do you think this way? So this has been a very eye-opening experience for me. And I've really enjoyed it, because at heart, I'm a listener, and I'm an analyst. So I like to listen to people, which is why when we first started, I asked you first about yourself, because I wanted to know. I'm genuinely interested about people and how they, are who they are and what direction they're going, because I'm just a genuinely interested in people kind of guy.
Yeah. I notice the more people that I talk to on a consecutive basis, but not only the better I get at listening, the better I get at analyzing what they're saying. Usually my ability to correspond in a way that is relatable is more impactful. And I tell people that even with socializing, it's a skill set. If you're talking with people, and if you get out enough, or you talk with enough people, your ability to relate and say things with presence and stuff that makes sense is there. As opposed to not talking with people. And even doing a podcast like this, what happens is it makes me more understanding of the person that I'm speaking with. And so what you're doing with this episodes of Finding You, which is a great title. It's a great title. It's simple and easy to remember. You're allowing that person to figure out and unravel who they are. And you said without giving them the answers, because they have it, but you guide them. Now, I like the idea of guiding them. I think you can imagine the brain like a maze, and you're guiding people through a maze and how to become more confident with themselves. But also, I want to have a chainsaw in this maze, and I want to chainsaw different areas of the maze down and say, all right, we'll
just go through there.
Here. And then we're going through here. And I said, all right, we're going to chop this down. Let's go through here. And so we do that as well. And I think that for you, being able to help them is very gratifying. It's very, it allows you to feel present, and it allows you to feel a good accomplishment because you're doing something that's changing somebody's life. And it is really rewarding. It's great when you can find somebody who needs the help, one, and two, they also listen to what you're saying, and then they figure out, and then they go through these hurdles, and you show how you navigate with them. You say, well, let's go over here, let's do this, and then they navigate, and then they can get to the end of that journey, and then they can go on a new one. And that's great because I've done that with some people where let's say the guy hasn't dated a girl in 3 years. And I'm like, let's do this. He's like, I'm going to be a sponge. I'm like, hell yeah, you're a sponge. And then what we're doing is we're going through this maze. And then he has the success and he ends up getting a girlfriend or whatever it is that the guy wants because he listened. But there's also two sides to everything. So you also got this other guy who I'm showing. I said, look, I just chopped this hedge part down. Let's go through here. And he goes, yeah, but I don't know. I'm scared. I don't know. I don't know. I said, look, you gotta be like the sponge. Be a sponge. Soak up the information and let's roll. Let's go through here. But he's still on the edge. He's going, I don't know. And then over time, he basically dissipates. And the reason he dissipates and he melts and he turns into dust is because he was on the fence. And people that succeed in life are the ones that take risks. They're the ones that go after it. They're the ones that say, all right, I'm doing this. Let's do it. And they're not indecisive.
Yeah.
By giving people those choices and showing them and saying, here, we could do this. That's what allows people to have success. And not only that, having multiple mentors. I tell people, oh, you're so scared to have one mentor. Have multiple. Find the guys who have the good shit like me. Find the guys who have the good shit and go with them. And so with you, what has been one breakthrough moment that you found doing this for yourself that has been like, holy shit, this is amazing. That way our listeners can hear, and that will help everybody. We'll give them a few more solutions.
Well, the people that I work with, my clients, that aha moment that they have, that is them creating a neural pathway, right? Because we all have these neural pathways, and some of them are good, some of them are not good. Just like with your relationship advice or your counsel, some people have made those connections in the past with dating, and now they have that pathway that tells them, if I do this, it's going to equal something bad or something bad that happened to them. So then they just don't ever go for that anymore. They don't ever pursue that. That guy doesn't want to go through that hedge because he thinks he's been through that hedge already because of the past. There's something he went through before. So I think it's been really, really eye-opening to just kind of explore how other people, first of all, how the mind works in a scientific way, and also to explore how other people kind of, discover themselves. It's a real like amazing journey, to see somebody have an aha moment. It's almost like you're seeing like fucking change. You're seeing electricity. You're seeing it like for the first time. You're like, wow. You're like, yes. And then we try and help enforce that connection with actual change, with the physical change, It's pretty cool. It's really, I would say, like the most, the coolest part is just seeing people make that change. And it's, they're like, oh, dude, thank you. I appreciate it. You did this. And I'm like, I may have been there for the change, and I may have helped facilitate that that thought process by asking you certain questions, but that was all you. And if that can happen for one little thing, for one person, like, we all can fucking change, dude. We all have the capacity to do whatever we want, to go wherever we want, to look however we want, to be with whoever we want. Like, we literally are the only ones in our own way, preventing us from being whatever. And this is why I do what I'm doing with the finding you. You first have to figure out what it is you want. What do you want? Do you want to be a fucking millionaire? Is that what you want? Do you want money? Or do you want what money can bring you? Do you want power? Do you want to be loved? Do you want to be liked? Because you can have all that without money. You don't need to have money. You can be very influential without the money part. So these are the questions that I ask people, and I want to find out about people's, what do you want first? When you figure out what you want, then we can build a pathway and a goal for you to make baby steps and baby little micro successes in order for you to achieve those goals.
Yeah. So many people, they have blocked in their mind, like almost like a brick wall, and they can't even move forward. They can't even go forward a step. An example is, I was talking with this guy, and I was coaching him in Miami, and as soon as we met, I was smiling, at least a little bit, a little smirk on my face, and he was like, and I was like, if you want to talk with a few girls, you gotta lighten up with some. Lighten up to some degree. Smile just a little bit. And I like grabbed him on the shoulder. I was like, you gotta lighten up just a small amount. And he started smiling. And then that wall finally came down, that giant brick wall. We punched through it. And that finally he was smiling. And then we started going from there. And with the baby steps is great too, because just with the smile, that can be with talking to another person. Let's say he's talking to a girl, he's having a conversation, and all of a sudden, she smiles back. She gives a smile back. That's a win.
Yep.
That is a win. And we go, hell yeah. And then you can run that in your head multiple times. You can keep running it in your head, and then you can build upon that success. And baby steps are the foundation to have massive success as you climb up whatever mountain you want to climb up. And that's the way that you should look at it. And then having positive people like T-Rex, have multiple people in your realm of certainty. That's how you get there. You need to have the right people, because most people in this world are not going to help you directly. They're not going to guide you. They're not going to show you. And more often than not, they're going to try to knock you down. They're going to try to make you feel like crap, maybe directly or indirectly. So that's why you need the right people in your life. Now, if somebody wants to get a hold of you, what is the best way to do it?
Well, it depends on which platform you enjoy. I'm on all the platforms. I've got my podcast on Spotify. I've got it on YouTube. Check me out at Coach T-Rex on YouTube. If you want to just look up Coach Rex on Spotify, I'm on there too. Also on Facebook, Master Yourself with Coach Rex. And Instagram, TikTok. All those got Coach Rex in there. If you just remember this mug right here, type in Coach Rex, I'm going to be the only one. Except there may be a soccer guy in there somewhere, but it's not him. It's me.
All right, if you want to read my book, it's joresults.com. Put it in your email, get the book, and then join my subscription. It's only $27 per month. It's easy, and every week we do a call, and the calls are fantastic because these are people who really want to change, and they're changing. And I'm speaking with them, and we're having some of the best conversations of their life. It's only $27 for a month. It's one of the best decisions you'll ever make. Join anything he has to sell and join my stuff. Join it and also get the free stuff. Let's say you're super indecisive and you're like, oh, I don't know. Watch the free stuff, all right? Watch this podcast. Watch my other podcast. Watch his stuff. This guy's a good guy. He wants to change your life for the better. and I'm here to change you for the better. Let's do it. Let's kick some ass, and let's climb up whatever mountain you want to do, and let's succeed.
Fake it till you make it A, and if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more.